the brave horse, and the Great Meadow Race. Once upon a time, in a beautiful countryside, there lived a young horse named Hazel. Hazel was a playful brown horse with a silky mane that flowed in the wind whenever she ran. She loved galloping through the open fields with her friends, but Hazel had one dream that stood above all others: to win the Great Meadow Race. Every year, horses from all the neighbouring farms would gather for the race, and the winner would earn a shiny golden medal. But Hazel had never been in the race before, and even though she was fast, she was a little nervous. One sunny morning, her best friend, a wise old horse named Duke, noticed her looking out toward the meadow where the race would take place.
You thinking about the race, aren't you, Hazel?
Duke asked, smiling. Hazel nodded.
Yes, but I'm not sure if I can win. The other horses are so strong and fast.
Duke trotted over and said,
It's not always the fastest or strongest that wins. Sometimes it takes heart and determination. Just remember to be brave, and you'll do great.
Hazel thought about Duke's words and decided she would give it her best try. On the day of the race, the meadow was buzzing with excitement. Horses of all colours and sizes had gathered, and the field was lined with cheering animals: cows, chickens, goats, and even some sheep from the nearby farms. The starting line was marked, and all the horses lined up, their hooves ready to thunder across the ground. Hazel felt her heart pounding as she took her place at the starting line. Next to her were big, strong horses like Thunder, a tall black stallion, and Swift, a sleek and speedy horse known for always winning races. The race began with the sound of a bell, and the horses took off at full speed. Hazel galloped as fast as she could, her mane flying in the wind. She kept her eyes on the path ahead, but soon she noticed something. Thunder had tripped on a rock and stumbled. Without thinking twice, Hazel slowed down and stopped to help Thunder back up.
Thank you, Hazel.
Thunder said, surprised but grateful. Hazel smiled and galloped back into the race. She was far behind now, but she didn't give up. She remembered Duke's words.
It's not always about being the fastest or strongest.
As Hazel raced on, she came to a tricky part of the course, a narrow trail through the woods. The path was bumpy and winding, and some of the horses got stuck or slowed down. But Hazel was small and nimble, and she easily trotted through the narrow trail, passing many horses who were struggling. When she came out of the woods, she saw the final stretch of the race ahead. Swift was in the lead, but Hazel was determined. With all her heart, she galloped as fast as her legs would take her. The crowd cheered as Hazel charged forward. In the final moments, Hazel raced alongside Swift, who looked over and said,
"You've got spirit, Hazel. May the best horse win." With a final burst of speed, Hazel crossed the finish line right next to Swift. It was a close race, and for a moment, no one knew who had won. But when the judge announced it, they declared Hazel the winner. The crowd erupted in cheers, and Hazel's heart swelled with pride. She had won the Great Meadow Race. The golden medal was placed around her neck, and all the other horses came to congratulate her.
I didn't win just because I was fast.
Hazel said to Duke, who was watching proudly from the side.
I won because I didn't give up, and I helped others along the way.
Duke nodded and said,
That's what makes you a true champion, Hazel.
And from that day on, Hazel became known not just for winning the race, but for her bravery, kindness, and determination. She proved that being a champion wasn't just about speed, it was about heart.